fourth grade. Today we're going to talk about sentences that have compound direct objects, and we're going to talk about irregular verbs. But first we're going to look at compound direct objects. So grab a piece of paper and a pencil and write down these three sentences. Watch how I classify the first sentence, and then I want you to try to classify the last two sentences on your own. So the first sentence says, Jessica read a book and a magazine. Let's classify by asking the questions that we normally ask. Who read a book and a magazine? Who is the sentence about? It is Jessica. So Jessica is the subject noun. So we're going to label that SN. And what is this saying that Jessica did? What is the action? What is this saying about Jessica? It's saying that she read a book and a magazine. So read is the action, read is the verb. It might be a verb transitive though. Let's see. Let's read the rest of the sentence to find out. Jessica read a book and a magazine. Well, we see a direct object there. In fact, we see two direct objects. So Jessica read what? A book and a magazine. These are both nouns. They're part of the predicate. They come toward the end of the sentence. They're receiving the action. They're being read, so they are direct objects. So we need to turn the verb into a verb transitive. And we need to label these two direct objects. It's strange, though, because we have two and we're not used to that. If we have two, we call them a compound direct object. So each of these are compound direct objects, and we label them CDO, compound direct object. So both are CDO, compound direct object. Let's go back and classify the rest. The word a, of course, is an article adjective. The other a, of course, is an article adjective. The word and is a conjunction, so we label that C. This sentence has a period at the end. It's a statement, so it's a declarative sentence. Let's separate the subject from the predicate. Jessica is the complete subject. Read a book and a magazine is the complete predicate. Let's classify the type of sentence. It is subject noun, verb transitive, direct object, pattern 2. All right, so we did the first one. Let's look at the second one. Try to do the second one on your own, and then you can watch the rest of the video to see how we do it. Okay, the second one says, Dad made pizza and lasagna yesterday. So who made pizza and lasagna yesterday? Who is the sentence about? Dad. Dad is the subject noun. What did Dad do? What's the action? He made pizza and lasagna. So made is the verb. It could be a verb transitive. Let's find out. Dad made what? Pizza and lasagna. Pizza and lasagna come toward the end of the sentence. They're both part of the predicate. They're receiving the action because they're being made, so they are direct objects. They're both direct objects, though, so we need to label them compound direct object and compound direct object. The word and is always a conjunction, so we're going to label it C. Yesterday is describing when Dad made pizza and lasagna. So when did Dad make pizza and lasagna? Yesterday. It is an adverb because it's describing the verb made. It's telling us when. Period at the end, it's a statement, so it's a declarative sentence. Dad is the complete subject. Made pizza and lasagna yesterday is the complete predicate. It is subject noun, verb transitive, direct object, pattern 2. Oh, and we need to fix our verb transitive. Our verb is a verb transitive because we have direct objects. Don't forget to do that. I almost forgot. The last sentence says, Tom drank orange juice and milk. Who drank orange juice and milk? Who is the sentence about? Tom. Subject noun. What is this saying about Tom? What did he do? He drank. It's a verb. Could be a verb transitive. Tom drank what? Orange juice and milk. They come toward the end of the sentence. They're part of the predicate, and they're receiving the action, so we know they are direct objects. They are compound direct objects. And if they're direct objects, we need to change the verb to a verb transitive. What kind of juice did Tom drink? He drank orange juice. If we're talking about what kind, we know that it's an adjective describing juice. So we label this ADJ. And is always a conjunction. Period, statement, declarative sentence. Tom is the complete subject. Drank orange juice and milk is the complete predicate. Oops. And we have, it's hard to make this line. We have subject noun, verb transitive, direct object, pattern 2. Now let's look at irregular verbs. That's the other skill that you're going to need to learn today. We talked about tense yesterday, and we can see which verbs are regular and which verbs are irregular when we look at the past tense of a verb. So a regular verb, if it's just regular, the way to make it past tense is real easy. You just add ed like we talked about yesterday. So fix is a regular verb. To make it past tense, you just add ed, right? Pretty easy. Watch is a regular verb. To make it past tense, you just add ed. Really simple. Write these down so you remember what a regular verb is, and then try to come up with a couple more regular verbs where you add ed to the end to make it past tense. Now write down these irregular verbs. You cannot just add ed to make them past tense. We don't say growed or seed. To make grow past tense, you need to change it to grew. So you can tell if a verb is irregular because to make it past tense, there's a middle vowel change. We changed the vowel O to E to make it past tense, from grow to grew. Same with C. To change C into past tense, we had to change the middle vowel and the end vowel and make it saw. So this is how we know the verb is irregular. We can't just add ed to the end. I'm going to give you a few examples, and you're going to decide if the verb is a regular verb or not a regular verb. I'm going to change the color. So if we have a verb like kick. To know if it's regular or irregular, we have to think about what is the past tense form of the verb. The past tense form of the verb kick is kicked. We can add ed to the end. So this is a regular verb. We were able to just add ed. Now, how about the verb make? I want you to try to think about this one on your own and pause the video and write down if you think it's regular or irregular. First, make it past tense. Can we make it maked? I maked the cake. We can't say maked. We have to change it to made. In this case, we didn't actually have a middle vowel change. We had a consonant change. So we went from make to made. For more information on this, open up your textbook to page 217, and you can look at reference 123. It says regular and irregular verbs. So read that to yourself, and then on page 218 there's a whole chart of irregular verbs. So if you ever forget what some examples of irregular verbs are, you can always look at that chart. It doesn't have all of them, but it has a lot of them.